Hello and welcome back to Paper Tuesdays episode.
I haven't a clue.
With Michael Dwyer and Marc Halpin. Hello, Michael.
Mark, it's good to be back. We've had 2 weeks kind of off. We had a run of podcasts and we've just so much energy to bring to this podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
I want to dedicate this podcast to Kelly Harrington.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Namaste.
Namaste. Did you get up for it?
Hakuna Matata.
One of them as well. Did you get up for it?
I didn't. It was this morning, was it?
Aislinn I did. And it was the most sensational thing. I cried.
Did you?
And I don't know if it was sleep deprivation or Kelly Harrington, but Ashley did too. And it was just so momentous to see her win it, like, because she was up against a true champion, like in that she was unbeaten for something like 39 of her last 40 fights and stuff like this. And just to see her, incredible.
What time was it at?
6 o'clock, and she was being stalked by the Brazilian for the whole 9 minutes. And I don't know a whole lot about boxing, but I just loved every last drop of it, because this woman, she's a cleaner in a psychiatric hospital in North Dublin, and here she is on the world stage getting a gold medal, and there she is with the tricolour going up. Oh, lads,
that's unreal. Shane, could you close that curtain there, please? Sorry, just been privacy here. She works full time in a psychiatric hospital. I
think it's part time as a cleaner in a psychiatric hospital. Yeah,
my God.
But like she lives very close to Crow Park, and you should see the videos of Aislinn is getting them all up there. The videos of her family celebrating, and it's all the fights are early in the morning, so they're coming out in their sliders and their pajamas and their dressing gowns on the street, and they're just sheer delight and euphoria. It's just beautiful to witness, because they're an inner city dub, but like, there's something so genuine about them. Like, they're just so, they have a heart of gold, like, you can tell. Yeah. And like, I love it because that area, I'm more familiar with that area from seeing funerals of murder victims, and now there's an Olympic champion on that street.
That'd be a rough enough part of Dublin, isn't it? Yeah. That's cool, isn't it? Yeah. When is she back?
I don't know, but she's dying to get home and sleep on the couch, she says. And
sleep in the bed.
Well, maybe. She said after in the post-match interview that sleeping on the couch, But Mark, you've probably wanted to sleep on the couch lately. You've been extremely sick.
I've been a little bit ill, folks. Yes. I after all my talk about not wanting to get the vaccine and joking about it, it wreaked havoc on me. It fucked me over.
And you got the Pfizer? I
got the Pfizer on my birthday. I got my first Pfizer vaccination, and I was fine that day. The next day, I started getting stomach cramps. Actually, no. Not that day. I started to feel really tired, and I went to bed that night, and I had this ringing in my ear, really loud ringing in the ear. Like, you know, if you set a house alarm, that noise was in my ear for like 2 hours. And it was that bad that I didn't think it was actually in my head. Like, I asked Breed if she heard it, and I was like, no way, she doesn't hear this. It was tinnitus, apparently, is a side effect of it. And I got basically every side effect of the vaccine.
Oh my
And I've
God.
Still been having them. I rang the care doc yesterday. I was going to go into the care doc because I was that bad. I had been getting violent stomach cramps, particularly at night. It was like someone was grabbing my stomach and squeezing it really hard, and it was happening every single night for the past like 10 days. And last night, was it yesterday? No, Friday, I drove back from Donegal, got my gear here, and then went to play a match in Kilkenny, practice match. So I was driving for about 6 hours, and I got home, and as soon as I got in the door, I projectile vomited back into the back toilet here. And then since then, I can't really eat anything, and I've been fairly raw off with it, like.
And what has characterized your attitude to it? Like, that you were training today, so it's not like you're just going to shut the door and stay in bed for 7 days. You're kind of just going to put the head and go down.
I've been getting on with my life. Like, it hasn't stopped me doing anything. I've been doing everything. I've just been violently sort of sick and in pain. But it's like, I rang the care doc yesterday, and it was 10 days since I got my vaccine. And she was basically like, you could have side effects up until 10 days. So give it another week, and if not, we'll bring you back in and get blood tests done. But if I get right within the next week, I have to get my vaccine again in 2 weeks from now. My second one, apparently the second one is worse. So I don't know.
Okay.
Bill Gates has done me over. I'd say they gave me a really bad one because they heard me complain about not getting it for so long.
Right. Okay, JD. Like, I've had the Pfizer and not have bothering me.
Yeah, and Shane was the same. And like, obviously we would have basically the same genetics for the most part.
And you both had COVID.
And we both had COVID.
Which is mad.
Yeah, and I was fine with COVID. Yeah. I was literally 10 times worse with the vaccine than I was with COVID.
Right.
Yeah, it's been bad.
And Breed was fine with Pfizer.
She was fine with. She had both were vaccinated. She was fine. I went around telling everybody I had ulcerative colitis just because I liked the sound of it. I had no idea what it meant. And then eventually someone told me that means I was shitting blood, so I should stop telling people that.
Oh, very good, very good.
It sounds sexy, doesn't it? Ulcerative colitis.
Well, in some words I say it is. Mark, yeah. Right. Okay, Janie. So where does this leave you? How are you feeling?
Very tired, very sick. Like I'm very sort of like on and off. I'm fine. Like at the minute I'm fine, but like during training or like when I stop doing stuff, I feel sick. Like we played that match, and we have the water breaks. Every time we stopped for a water break, like going back out to play was the last thing I wanted to do. I still done it, but I was like for the first 5 minutes getting back in after water break, I felt like I was going to collapse. Like even today in training, I thought I was going to get sick a few times, but I still had to just keep going. Like, but
wow. Well, we wish you every recovery.
Thank you. I've also started eating only meat again. Just to see if that helps. I started yesterday.
We don't need articles. Go on back, yeah.
So I started. I woke up and I had 2 sandwiches and I nearly got sick again. So then I thought, right, look, I felt better when I didn't eat meat for a while, so I'm going to give myself a break from carbs to see what happens. So since yesterday, I have been eating only scrambled eggs, cheese, and steak.
Your life is like an audition to get on the Makina Peterson podcast.
It is because her shit started coming up on my Instagram feed again, so that's why I was like, all right, I'll give this a go, because it was all like, stuff to do with your stomach and feeling sick, so I was like, okay, I'll try it. Now,
and she's had COVID twice.
She's had COVID twice, and she was fine. She's not getting the vaccine, is she? She's fairly.
I don't know though. Yeah.
She wouldn't be one for vaccines, I'd say, or masks or stuff like that. But you were on your holidays and you didn't get sick.
No, I didn't. That's the good news. Yeah, but like, how did you took it like a man though? In fairness, because if I'm sick, I don't know. I haven't been sick. Thank God, I haven't been badly sick in a long time. But like, when I'm sick, I need my
the man flu.
Yeah. I need my tender, loving care, and So, did you get that from Breed's parents?
Yeah, I did.
Aislinn, whoop whoop.
Never doing coffee order again.
It's August,
so
guys.
Stressful.
Have the ice for the iced coffee. That's all I'll say.
Are you not getting coffees?
Just Aislinn and yourself.
Oh, you're not having a coffee?
Because they had no matcha.
Oh, so it's just fucking no. Keep your fucking. I'll keep my money.
No notions today. No notions for you.
No notions. These are going down to Wexford Park.
Yeah, that's why we're going to have a blitz of a podcast here. We've been an alarm set for 25 minutes time, so loving every moment. But sorry, Neve were playing the Raps, and it's all go. It really is all go. And first round of championship, very excited. My father, Marc, I don't think I've seen a man as excited since I've seen some of my siblings for Santa Claus. That's how rich
he's ready to
excited he is. Oh my goodness.
Couldn't
he has
sleep
2 flags up. He probably hasn't been able to sleep for the last 2 days. And he's just in this kind of emotion where like it's just all hurling. And it's beautiful to witness in one way, because like this is post-COVID, and now like there's no pressure on getting to matches. Everyone will be there that wants to be there tomorrow, and it's going to, or today. The match is today, and it's going to be very exciting. So
and was he at hurling championship match last year?
Yeah, he would have been, but like they were games where 200 was allowed, but there's going to be a lot more than 200 today, and it's going to there's something more natural about this year's championship. That there's been a natural preparation for it, even in spite of COVID, and now there's going to be a good run of championship games as well. Yeah,
it's not the same without the crowd around there, is there?
No,
it's not. Our championship starts next week now. I look forward to it as well.
Yeah,
so all getting back, and we're hurling Kylie in first round, so that'd be exciting with a crowd there as well.
Yeah, I think though, Mark, sometimes in games you don't need a crowd. Sometimes there's such a natural energy built up in someone that they don't need the crowd to gear them on, and that's what I experienced on Friday night. When I was playing the Buffers Alley on my own, me against 15, the product of Marc Health and Fitness. Boom! Come at me. Sorry. So yeah, I was there. I played quarterback for the first 25 minutes of the 4th team of Nave's hurling contingent, and we were all ready to go, and I was marking my man, and I had great rapport with my marker in the first half. I was saying to him things like, "Oh, Janie Buffers Alley, that must be coming from their old rule book. I think there was a square ball called, and sure, square ball rule has significantly changed since that free was given." But anyway, so then I come back on in the second half, and this time, Mark, I'm coming on to a man, and I'm going to say he had a nickname that rhymed with bellies, right? We'll just leave it at that. We'll we'll protect his identity.
Okay.
And he was wearing the number 13 jersey, and he had this chain around his neck, and he was hunched over like this. He was a bit shorter than me, and he was revved up. He was like a terrier about to pounce on someone. He was so much anger in this man. And then he just hits me a punch, or kind of goes into me. And then I go, all right, okay. And then he goes, you don't go near me. You don't go near me. And I'm taken aback by this because I have never been in a fight. So I just go, all right. Inside I'm going, fuck. So then he goes through on goal and he gives me a push on the way in. But sure, don't I hit him back with the hurl as he goes through, and he doesn't like that at all. And he revs into me and goes, you don't go near me! You don't go near me! And more shoving and pushing, and I'm still going with the classic, all right. Yeah. And I tried the therapist approach because there's a lot of anger built up in this man, and I was just listening to it, taking it all in, and giving him a little bit back as well because I enjoyed it. And I was taken aback by it all. It was fascinating. But anyway, eventually we're going to shout out Oren Fitzpatrick. He said to him, we've been fine for the last 45 minutes. We can calm down now. He was very empathetic for him, but I don't know. Sometimes in matches, Oren, can they be less than empathetic? So it was a friendly, and Oren wanted to maintain that nature of the friendly. So
it was a friendly.
Yeah, a friendly. I don't know what got into it. Was it like a charged charged energy from the chain? I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't wear the chain anymore.
Yeah, well, you know, from your psychotherapy books that there's probably some underlying trauma there with this guy.
Yeah, but Buffer's Alley, I have to say, shout out Buffer's Alley. They're some club, Mark.
Yeah.
Like, how would you describe Buffer's Alley? They're just a fierce, it's like an agricultural GA club, and within 20 minutes of the game, they're giving out to each other. And I love that. I don't know, I wouldn't like to be part of it, but it's the giving out that is just so intense, you know. It's like within 20 minutes they're saying, I was close to him, I was near him, and it's just so and it's 40-year-olds arguing with 20-year-olds. It's intergenerational, and sometimes you'd hear the lone voice cry from the Buffer's Alley sideline, leave him alone, he's only a chap. Don't shout at the chap. But then that's quickly dismissed, and so GA is back.
GA is back. Probably not one training session done between them.
Yeah.
And they're giving out to each other.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, actually, right, we'll keep sticking on this Junior B match because the goalkeeper was incredible. Tony Dorn's son, Turbo. Shout out Turbo. He doesn't need an alias. He was absolutely stupendous. He stopped bullets. I've never seen him. They came from Eddie O'Brien, Murphy Stick, Barry Levison, top class, skillful attackers, and yet he wasn't able. They weren't able to score one. So now,
everywhere and anywhere, Turbo. Yeah.
And shout out to Jigger Brown because I've learned
that
no, he didn't.
He was
Jigger Brown has retired.
Ah, shout out Jigger.
Shout out Jigger.
Not before his time.
No. And and we'll continue on this refereeing discussion as the referee for the match. Like, I don't know, like this referee, he made a few questionable decisions and he got a lot of abuse. And he loves refereeing. And like, he drove 40 minutes to referee that match. And you just have to look at someone sometimes and say, why do you do it?
Why do you do it? Why you know?
Because I refed and like, sometimes I enjoyed it in that you had a front row seat, but no, I wouldn't do it anymore. And no wonder referees are scarce. But like, look, there's a lot of, you see what happened with James Owens and other like top class intercounty referees. Like James Owens, I think, called a penalty but like, that's a very difficult rule to call in the moment as well. You know, like it's a lot of pressure on referees now.
I'm sure you're seeing the article Shane sent into the group chat as well.
We're leading up to that, aren't we? Yeah, exactly.
So I got a slap in the bollocks for himself, didn't he? For a bad call. Cool Keno versus Tinahely Junior B hurling.
Poor Eamon Doyle. Shout out Eamon. I hope you'll get well soon.
Yeah.
He's probably had to call Caredoc. Sorry.
That was your man, was it? That's the referee, was it? Yeah, I think he did. He had to get medication for a swollen member.
Yeah.
He can get not even make medication to get their member swollen, but he is the opposite. He's trying to get the swelling down.
And you can get that medication in Boots now, so I wonder was he able to get his.
It's in the window.
It's in the window, yeah. They're telling you.
Inside the book cafe.
Come on, inside.
See a few tables inside the book cafe rising up by themselves.
But I'd love to know about Eamon Doyle. Oh yeah, like, was there a motive behind it? Because Richie Kavanagh has a song called "Did You Ever Hear?" Did you ever hear the ref was kicked? Say nothing now till you hear more. Say, did you
Tell
ever
us where the ref was.
tell us? Will you tell us? Will you tell us where the ref was kicked? Say nothing now till you may more. He was kicked between the whistle and the full time score beat. The holy man, that must have been sore. So there was someone actually fulfilling it
Yeah.
between the whistle and the full time score.
Referees in Wicklow get a bad fucking deal of it, don't
Yeah,
they? Like
the
when
man
they're
in the
lining up,
boot.
yeah, the man in the boot, and they drive him up into the woods or something and leave him there. €40 these lads are getting.
I love as well I love the geography of it as well, you know. Buffers Alley Agricultural, this one is all West Wicklow. It's that wild territory. I'd say there was guards called to the match. They had to probably 20 or 30 minutes waiting on, you know,
Yeah.
because it's just a wildness.
Yeah, the guards are at the coffee stand. Let die down first, and then they'll go in. Junior B, that's in Wicklow.
And it's not just Wicklow. Ashton told us a remarkable story of a recent, a tough Dublin club with a name for themselves. And this is a ladies' football match.
Junior, like G or something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, like.
And one of the women that's kind of just supports the team goes to umpire at the games, and she brings a hurl. But this is ladies' football. So the hurl is definitely a weapon.
It's a weapon.
But there are so many remarkable aspects of this game in that, like, the home team players, the home team that won, were then jeered as they left their own club grounds by the opposing team after winning. Well done to yous. Well done to you. Whatever they said, Ashton.
You beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
So intimidating into the car windows. Imagine
the
that.
car
The ref
windows.
had to be walked off the pitch by all our club men.
Oh my
Like,
god.
had to surround the ref and walk him up to the car. Because you're one with her hurl, but you ran the length of the pitch.
But
off.
like they
Jesus.
played them last year and had the
No,
same
it was
treatment.
a few years ago, and I was out at their pitch, which is like in the middle of like halting sites and everything in Clare Hall. And we had to run to the cars after the match. My mother was called a paedophile.
Oh my god.
Like to clarify, my mother is not a paedophile.
Shout out Ashton's mother. But like, I love how that happened a few years ago. This happened last Wednesday night. So just because we've had two incidents, it just proves then that every Wednesday they know what they're doing. They're heading to a field to terrorize people. You know, like, it's part of the culture. It's part of the calendar, the weekly calendar. I get me coffee on a Saturday morning. I break up people on a Wednesday evening, but I try to anyway.
Like Antifa in America.
Antifa, which is
the
this.
anti-fascist movement. They all dress
Oh,
in black and
right,
go to all those
yeah.
rallies.
You can see that all right, yeah. And Mark, it's at this point that I'd like to say this is a present from Mammy Johnson Strandhill. This is a stick of rock.
Thank you. Mammy Johnson Strandhill. Where that's Galway, Sligo.
Sligo, yeah. We had a lovely time in Sligo in this Strandhill part. Actually, I want to go through my trip in Sligo. I'm sure you'll get the opportunity as well. But so Strandhill anyway, that Mammy Johnson's
That's
is
the shop,
an ice cream parlour
Ooh.
that's been there since the 1930s. They make homemade ice cream, and I'd highly recommend it. You'd go too, Ashton.
Very good.
It was very creamy, very luscious. It was lovely ice cream, yeah. Yeah. So shout out to them and their Six of Rock. But Strandhill is a lovely part of Sligo. But then, Mark, this has been the year of the staycation. I know that phrase challenge triggered you.
Yeah, triggered.
In the past.
Yeah.
But it certainly has, in that I left accommodation to the last minute. And, well, I sourced questionable accommodation, let it be said.
Right.
Yeah, it was a private room in a bungalow. And
Like here, like that fucking fire bedroom down there.
yeah, only the house is much smaller. And
And
yeah.
it's a single man
And
with a 4-year-old child.
yeah,
ooh.
yeah. So I wouldn't do it again, but I'm glad I tried it because I always said, sure, it wouldn't be a bother. Sure, it'd be just like a baby. But no, it's different. It's a bit different dynamic. But I'm sure some people like it, and a lot more power to them. He has a lot of Swiss walkers and German walkers and all. But
Did you spend time with this man?
well, I saw indirectly, as little as
possible.
Did you have breakfast with him?
no, thankfully, no. Well, not really, but yeah,
He'd pop in and out.
he was
So-
scarce. So like
kiss you
look.
He was lovely in fairness to him, like, but you'd have to question his
motives.
income.
It was very well reasonably priced, but like he'd say things on the last day. He said things like, "I loved it." What did he say? He said, "Oh, it's nice to get a break, but it's nice to go back as well." It's just pure Irish, like
Yeah.
nice to get home as well.
Say something for the sake of saying it. Did he kiss you on the forehead when he put you to bed?
No, we firmly locked the door at night.
Oh,
I'd say no, if
Jamie,
you left
man.
the door open or unlocked, he would be in bed between you.
And then I'm just going through my Instagram post because it kind of summed up the Sligo holiday. So lengthy pauses at heritage sites. So we went to these waterfalls, and when we got to the waterfall, I just said to Ashton, no, I need a few more seconds here. And Ashton just had to give me my seconds with the water as it fell down from its height. So yeah, I don't know. Just
bear in mind it was a one-way system in place at the waterfall and a queue of people.
I need my time.
Michael needed it.
I'm almost there.
Conversations with randomers. Oh, Janie, yeah, and this is linked then to restaurant booking confusion. So I didn't realize back that, you know, if you book something a few weeks ago, you think you're going to get what you get, but you know, because of government changes and whatever, you just never know what you're going to get. Because I had booked while outdoor dining was only allowed in place, only to discover that they didn't do outdoor dining at the time, and sure, I only have a vaccine on me. So then with a little bit of verbal jostling, then we got the smokers table out the front, and this is a place the size of Barndarrig. Like, it's not a very small place in Leitrim, like, and it's got two pubs, a church for one of them and one of us, and you know, as Liam Byrne rightly said, shout out Liam Byrne, and
they had the bigger one.
Well, theirs one was shut down actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
proper order.
Shout out to them.
Shout out Leitrim.
And yes, but we had the smokers table, and what was this thing? Oh yeah, so then because it was the smokers table, Ashton was in paying the bill as you do, and as I got away rightly there, didn't I? And there was this man came out, and he just said, "Can I leave my cigarette wrapper on your table?" And then gold leaf, was it, Ash?
Amber leaf.
Amber leaf.
Was it amber?
Amber leaf.
Probably got man of style, and he had a good white shirt on him. And anyway, it turned out he was the co-founder of Staycation.
Oh yes, yeah.
So the right chap one about offshore wind energy.
Oh, not C-sessions.
No.
No, we didn't find out about C-sessions until we looked up his LinkedIn after.
Yeah. So shout out to him. But there's
apparently we've all to invest in offshore wind energy.
Yeah,
offshore wind energy.
The way
That's where all the wind is.
That's where it is. It's there all the time. We never do. But he said it has the potential. He wasn't loose with these numbers. He said it has the potential.
For a man who had so many glasses of red wine in him,
yeah,
he was
like
shouting numbers out like
to a stranger outside a cafe.
Well, he mustn't like the look of me or something. 36,000 jobs he thinks this can create. 36,000. That's a lot of jobs.
Only in the West.
Only in the West, yeah.
I asked about the East.
Yeah.
No way.
No.
Not interested.
Not happening.
Not happening.
Not
Only
today,
the
young lady.
And manifestations, yes. So when you go to Bundoran, Mark, there's this fairy bridges, and beside it is the wishing chair, and they give specific instructions on how you sit down in the wishing chair. So you relax yourself gently into the arms of the wishing chair.
Taking 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Ashen, thankfully, she counted for me, and then you have to gracefully rise from the chair as well. At
You
the
also
end.
have to throw 5 cents on the ground.
Yeah, which I had, so true. So yes, so shout out to the manifestations that take place in Bundoran.
Shout out wishing chair.
Shout out wishing chair.
And has it come true?
It's mine is
one.
Yes.
Thank you very
much. Yeah. Mark, there's been a lot of talk now on me.
No.
What about you and your birthday?
My birthday. What did I do?
You got quite a lot of stuff.
I did. I got a lot of stuff. I got an Apple Watch. I still really don't know how to work it. I have no idea really what's going on with it. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't work, but we'll get there eventually. I've discontinued my Whoop membership.
Oh wow,
which was a big step
That's
for me.
A big step.
Yeah. So I have Apple Fitness now, and you can compete with people as well on your Apple Fitness, which is good.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it.
100-meter sprint, let's go.
Yeah. Tim Cook is going to be quaking in his boots here because, you know, you were a big believer in Whoop, and now his Apple Watch is going to be put to the test.
Tim Cook?
Isn't he the CEO of Apple?
Is he?
I think so.
It's not Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs.
Apple, yeah. He's Arias Jager, man.
I know Jim. Yeah, my birthday was good. It didn't really matter though because Avine's and Bree's birthday were the same week, so I got over it fairly fast.
Can we give a shout out to one young Camolan musician?
Yeah.
And shout out to DJ Kino.
Oh, shout out to DJ Kino who done a birthday party for Breed for our birthday. It was great. But yeah, Kino is back in action, so if you want to book him for your outdoor gigs, etc., etc.
Absolutely. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Have we got an article or any other crack, Mark, in the world?
No, not a whole lot has gone on really in my world. I went to Donegal for a week and I didn't really do much. I went to the beach, I swam, I ate, I drank. that was it. I cramped.
You cramped.
Yeah, wasn't terribly exciting. It was very relaxing, the usual, very slow pace of life up there, lots of sheep, etc.
Yeah, etc. I love what you're leaving hanging there. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Flash Road has come in as well there. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh lads, I tell you something. We were away on the holidays, and this crack. Only the vaccinated can sit inside. It's not right. We were due to go out on Thursday night for dinner. Cancelled. Couldn't go out. We weren't able to sit inside. It's wrong, Katie, isn't it? Katie's nodding. It's wrong.
Oh,
Dead wrong. It's not right. It's not right that if you know vaccination can't sit inside. Whereas last summer all you needed was a plate of fucking chicken wings. An absolute downright disgrace to that home. Snippet. We're waiting on the second one. It's not as if we're not getting the vaccine. Like, we want to go out. We want to be responsible. We're not like some of the idiots out there going around saying, if you have 5G or whatever, like, get the bloody vaccine, get the jab, and fucking get back to normal. Be damned.
Brilliant. That's like a double whopper there or something.
Yeah.
You got one and then another slap for those anti-vaxxers. Oh, what do you think you are?
He's just on the fence there, isn't he? His own fence. The floodgate.
The floodgate, yes.
I agree with him though. When's our second vaccine?
My one, I'm trying to get it earlier because we're going traveling to, where are we going? We're going to Poland to get stuff for the house.
Oh, you're going to Poland?
Yeah, we're going to
For the
Poland.
doors?
Well, the doors, but we're building a house, so we need lots of stuff in the house.
From Poland?
From Poland, yeah.
Polish house.
Try and get it cheap.
Yeah, very good. Do you reckon, like, when are the vaccine passports going to go? Like, is there going to be a time when they go away?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Then you see, like, if you need a Pfizer jab could you see a withdrawal of passports if you don't get your third Pfizer jab?
Yeah, you have to get a third one, don't you now?
Yeah.
Like, how long is this going to go on for?
I don't know. But then we're going very optimistic.
Yeah.
But then what you call it? I saw a joke yesterday that says that, the way we're thinking, oh, Jenny, our liberties are being infringed, but apparently to get rid of polio in America back in the 1900s, they had to do the same thing with vaccine passports. They needed to show that you were vaccinated against polio.
Really?
I don't know if that's right or not. I'm only going on a tweet there, so that could be fake news, but it was just interesting because you think all of this is new, but maybe this is how societies have got out of pandemics before.
Are you still on Twitter?
Yeah, I dip in and out of it. We have a Paper Tuesdays Twitter account.
Do we?
Paper Tuesdays.
We might start tweeting on that.
Yeah, you could come out with stuff.
Yeah.
You see, Dublin Bus said that yesterday that we're all going to die.
No.
Yeah,
Dublin Bus
it's
also,
a parody account. But
they also said that the Lewis is now free.
Yeah.
And Twitter's gone mad that the Lewis is free.
Everyone's trying to convince people that like the Lewis is free and you don't pay for it, and like the Lewis Twitter is actually replying to us like, you can only enter if a valid ticket or whatever.
Oh, that's great.
I was on the Lewis ones and a man got caught for not having a ticket.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it. Full time.
That's the alarm for leave done.
Let Mark finish.
It's a short story. It's a very short
apologies.
story. So a guy got caught with no ticket, and the ticket man came up and he was confronted him taking his details, and your man gave his details as Lisa Simpson, who lived on 123 Fake Street, and your man wrote it all down.
No way.
Yeah, and handed him his ticket.
They don't care.
No, they don't care at all.
Because they don't get commission for them, so it doesn't matter to them.
I actually got caught, was it 2 years ago, whenever, but like he rang up the office and they checked to validate the address, like so like they had to make sure it was their real address, and I had said like 17 Clonatton Village or something like that, so it was a real address, like, but it's not my address, so whoever lives there, I'm sorry, you got my ticket.
But it's gas, like, because if you actually run like away from the platform, then their authority is gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Vanished.
Fuck you, Lewis. Catch me on the real land. Catch me
They're
outside.
also about 7 foot tall and really scary Polish men, so I wouldn't be really.
Yeah.
Would you not? Fair enough. This man wouldn't run either. Leaned on. Would you like to pick a number, Mark?
74.
74. I'm sure I'll let you read it.
Okay.
If you like.
There's 93. Also, can I just give a shout out for a podcast I've been listening to? I came across lately. It's My Dad Wrote a Porno. Have you listened to that?
It's a very popular one.
It's very good. It's very good. Basically, a fella, his dad wrote an erotic novel, and he kind of reads it with his friends and goes through it. It's very poorly written, but it's very funny to listen to someone read their father's bad erotic literature.
Okay.
And the father is being genuine with it.
Yeah.
Minutes into the game, John O'Connor nearly lost an eye when one of the Dublin players pulled high on a ball. The eye injury was so bad, certain newspapers apologised for printing a photograph of it the next day. Wow. Yeah. That happened Dad before. He nearly lost an eye. His eye came out of the socket because he got hit in the eye with a slitter because he didn't ever wear a helmet.
Oh
And I
yeah.
remember him wearing an eye patch for a while.
Janie.
Yeah, like a pirate. It was cool.
That's mad.
Yeah, but he's fine.
My brother detached his retina in a football match.
How do you detach the retina?
It actually wasn't even a football match, it was training. You know Pork Lodge? Shout out Pork Lodge.
Shout out Pork Lodge.
Where's the esports commentator? He used to train with our club and he's really skinny and real gangly. And the two of them went up for a ball and Lodger's elbow made contact with Will's eye. And they reckon it was like a suction that was made. So his retina was detached. He had to have surgery and he had to lie on his side for 2 weeks straight. Only on one side wasn't allowed to move. He was allowed up for 10 minutes every 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And then after 2 weeks, he was allowed up for, I think, an hour in the middle of the day or something ridiculous. Like, yeah.
I think you told me that before.
Maybe.
I think you did. Yeah, I remember hearing something like that. Jeez, that's quite rough, lads.
Yeah.
Fine now.
Fine
Can't
now.
see really out of that eye. But
Yeah.
hasn't actually ever got an eye test since that
Yeah.
happened. So doesn't really know what vision he has or hasn't got. But there we go.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Namaste.
Namaste.
And Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. Did you hear her say that? No.
Did who?
Kelly Harrington said it in an interview.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Says it after every interview.
Yeah.
Except
Oh.
for this morning she didn't say it because she'd already won.
We're starting with Kelly and we're ending with Kelly.
Yeah.
What a lovely way to do it.